ever edition of the Gridiron Greats Madden 19 weekly show. You got myself, MacDub44, or the Bills owner. I've got Todd, Saturn Sky, the Panthers commissioner, original commissioner of the league. We've got BWM, or Brian, Cowboys owner, kind of the main commissioner, so he calls himself. Then we've got Mr. Warren. Warren is the Packers, and then he's also commissioner. And then lastly, he's not a commissioner because he's an idiot, but it's Parks, and Parks is the Lions this year. So welcome, guys. Glad to have you on here. Glad that I'm not the only one that's a loser, and we'll get on a party and post it on YouTube and talk about a video game. All right, so
what's up, Mac?
What's up, guys? So I think what we'll do is, yeah, you're right there. So the production value on this first episode will be very low. One, we'll see if anybody besides ourselves actually listens and likes this, and then if that, then maybe we can get a little more intricate. Maybe use some computers, phones, some actually technology, but pretty basic, because right now all we're allowed to do is use a party and stream gameplay. But I think what we'll do is we'll start with, I'll kick it over to Todd. Like I said, he is the original creator, owner of this league. I think he says that it started back in Madden 13, which we've got that, then 25, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So this is year 6. So, and by the way, Todd's also got the best radio voice on here. So, Todd, what's up?
Yeah, not really. I wouldn't say the best radio voice. As I said, been around since Madden 13. A lot of us have come over from Big Red Max and NCAA football. And I think everybody that's in the league, the two longest members have been me and A-Trips. A-Trips started the same year in 13. He actually won the very first Super Bowl, and then after that, Big Red Mac ran and won the rest of them. Big Red Mac's too good of a player.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took you that long to bring up Big Red Mac, but yeah, all right. So Madden 13, and then well, he would be able to run a much better show. I know he's all into that technology stuff, but all right. So Madden 13, you got the Falcons guy, A-Tripes. Then I think I would be the next longest user in here. I know I started right when Madden 25 started. I think me and my buddy Nick Davis found this league. Some of you will remember Davis.
I miss Davis.
Yeah, he doesn't really play anymore. He's a defensive coordinator at a D3 school, so he says he's too busy. Then I think after that, Warren, I think you joined sometime in Madden 25, if that's right. Fuck you, Parks.
All right, I believe that is correct. Mike did start at the same time as you. You guys are both in there.
Parks, then you're just as. That's true. You're right. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll just be marked MA now.
Yeah. So, all right. So then we got Todd, we got me, we got Parks. None of us have won a Super Bowl, and none of us will. But then we got Warren, who has won a few Super Bowls, and you've been around since Madden 25. How many Super Bowls do you think you've won in all these leagues?
In Gridiron Greats, I've won 4 Super Bowls altogether.
Gotcha.
I didn't actually win.
I never won a Super Bowl.
Until, I believe it was 17, is when I won 3. And then I won 1 back in 18.
Nice. Todd, did you just try to say Warren's never won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't think you have, Warren.
Yeah, that's not true. I know for a fact Warren's beat me in at least 1, maybe 2.
It was 2 where I beat you.
Todd, did you get yourself confused with Warren?
Okay, well, I think we lost Todd, or we'll just ignore him.
What?
But all right, and then so after that, we got Brian, the Cowboys user, and you joined in Madden 16, right?
16 or 15. I don't remember which, truthfully. It was one of them.
My claim to fame is I recruited you, so that's my contribution to the league.
All right. I don't think that's much of an achievement.
And then you are a Super Bowl winner in this league. Is that correct?
2-time, thanks to beating Warren twice in the Super Bowl.
2 times.
In Madden 17, I want to say.
Gotcha. And then really last year you kind of took over as the head commissioner. Todd was too busy selling cars and probably paying for prostitutes, and didn't have enough time. So I know you kind of took over.
Most people don't know, but Todd sold the most Subarus in the year of 2017.
No, not even close.
Yep, he did.
Well, all right. Well, I don't really know how to segue from that, but I was going to say Subaru is probably not a very popular selling car in America, but who knows? It might be. I don't really know. I'm not a car guy. Yeah. Well, I think what I'll do is, since if anybody who's actually watching this or will watch this, they're going to see my screen right now. I just have the week 3 schedule up. We'll kind of talk about how the league's going so far. Who's maybe some surprising teams, some teams that are 3-0. It does look like we have almost every game either played or accounted for. Out of the few games that have yet to be played, I think the Chargers and Rams, which maybe trying to play right now, having some internet issues. Then we got the Titans and Jaguars. I think they kind of talked, might be playing this weekend, or excuse me, this afternoon. And then the Giants and Texans, who knows? I think I saw the Texans come in at about 2 o'clock in the morning and said he could play. I doubt anybody else was up. And then the last one is the
Bobby Cox.
yeah, is the Saints and the Falcons. So that'll be a slaughter this afternoon.
Rest in peace, Louis.
Right. But other than that,
Louis might surprise you.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, Todd.
If he throws less than... No, go for it. Louis... No, at least in years past. In years past, Louis was the only one who threw more interceptions than Todd. So...
Yeah, that's not Bobby Cox.
Unfortunately, that was in years past as well.
That's right. Todd's
and now Todd takes that reign for sure.
I don't know. The Texans user really takes control of it pretty well, nicely.
Yeah, but he's got to, not break the rules and quit and cry and play a whole season.
All right.
So
well, right now we have Jimmy Garoppolo that leads the league in interceptions, along with Lamar Jackson.
Okay, so I think
Nick.
Yeah, the 49ers guy is new, so I don't really, I don't blame him. Taking me quite a while to get used to it. I know in another league I threw 5 picks, so hell, I might be up there after the end of the year. Yeah.
And once you get used to it, it's going to be okay. The game is just different.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not personally trying to be mean to Todd, but I think before this year, Todd, I don't know if you've beaten me more than twice ever, and this year you're 2-0 against me, so
it was just plain luck.
I don't know about luck. I mean, Todd,
a win's a win.
I mean,
I know.
Your biggest enemy has always been you. I've always
joked
that
because I can't pull off my main receiver. I lock into him and I try to check down, but that time it's too late and I've already thrown the pick.
Well, and I've always joked that there's times I'm playing you and I literally think you forget what color jersey you are and just throw to the wrong player. So, but then again, I have no room to talk. You beat me both times. I think both times by more than one score. So I'm not sure if we play this year in this league, but whenever we do, I'm coming for your ass, Todd.
I know it.
Yeah. I mean, he's not throwing for a whole lot of yards, but to be honest, I'd be surprised if Case Keenum does in real life. I think they'll probably run the ball more. But yeah, I mean, Warren's got it down, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. Bengals guy's doing all right. I think he might be undefeated at this point. I know he just beat Utah.
He has 1 loss.
Okay, so lost first game. Might have been a sim. Who knows?
I think it was a sim.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think and looking at stats, you're kind of looking at yards per game here, passing. I mean, A-Tripes, the Falcons, which he actually hasn't played a game yet, right? Both of them have been sims.
Week 1, basically week 1 and week 2, he was out of town for work.
Gotcha. Well, he's the only one over 300 yards, which I wouldn't be surprised when he starts actually playing. He still is. Just knowing him in the past, he's always had a pretty high-powered offense, but nobody else is over 300.
Not to mention with that wide receiver core.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody's over, Baker Mayfield's at 287 with quite a few picks. One thing I know a lot of people have complained about the running in this game, but it seems like everybody's, or maybe not everybody, but we've got some people who seem to be able to run the ball. The Patriots guy is actually a Scottish dude. Parks, I know he was too hungover to play you, but in his first 2 games, he has 120 yards rushing a game. The Rams dude, even though he's a little cocky and likes to put that stupid ass picture of that belt just chasing around every once in a while, but he's doing well with Gurley. Cobb, the Chiefs guy, probably, especially over the last few years, probably the number 1 player in this league. He's running for over 100 yards a game. So
yeah, he's taking way too much of my money.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know what? Now that Todd mentions that, not sure everybody knows this, but every Super Bowl winner, Todd will give him a $50 PSN card, right?
That is correct.
Nice. So, but again, I know what I mean. Cobb got at least 150 from you last year, right?
He got, I think, 200.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, about 200, yeah.
Yeah, so no wonder, I mean, and he's a guy who he doesn't really say much in the chat, doesn't talk shit, just comes in and beats everybody, and then, I think we decided to make him a commissioner this year just because he literally has owned the league. So, and looks like he's picked up right where he left off, so.
As Todd said, he already pays him, he might as well put him on staff.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
So.
I think Warren is.
I have so many running backs on my roster.
Well, one thing.
Correct, with the power back and the third down back, and then your normal back.
I would try, but since I always get down so early in the game, I have to rely on the passing game, which is detrimental for me.
Interesting, Todd. Interesting take.
Yeah. Yeah.
I personally haven't tried using the committee just for the fact that I have Zeke. There's kind of he could do it all kind of deal. So there's no point in me splitting it up kind of deal.
Well, and for me personally, like I don't think this is a new feature, but you guys could tell me if it is. And I just got done setting up formation subs. I have never done that in the past.
I've never done that either.
Madden.
Yeah, so I really only did it.
Sure, Ron has.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been in the last 3 Maddens.
Right. And so, I only did it for defense, and so now, like when I'm in dime or a passing situation, and now I don't have some slow ass linebacker dropping back in his zone or playing man. So, I doubt it'll help me just because I doubt it'll help me just because I suck, but.
Does it itself.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds like a new feature. I don't know, so. Okay.
Yeah, you go down to specialist.
Okay. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, well, let me ask you this. So, like, I do that for like safeties or whatnot, and that's just like on a third down or something like that. Okay, so that'll take precedent over a formation sub that I have. Like if I
That I haven't tested myself.
Okay.
No clue on that one.
Gotcha. Well,
I know that's also if you go in that passing formation, that's not strictly on third down. So if you go into that formation at all during the game, so if you go into a dime situation or a dollar, you're going to have a different linebacker in there. You're going to have your two safeties if you put them in there for that situation. So it's anytime you jump in that formation, it's not as situational as you would hope it would be.
Okay. Well, yeah, no. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't even know if I was buying Madden until like July. Last year I kind of shut it down in March or April and hadn't even plugged in my PlayStation until July. So not that I ever really paid too much attention to the new features, but I paid zero attention this year. But and I guess that'll just segue into maybe one of the last things, or maybe not the last thing, but one of the things is, what do you guys think of this Madden? I think about 80% of what I'm hearing is positive, but obviously you always have negative. It seems to be the people who are losing that is more negative about it, but just get your thoughts.
I mean, it's definitely an improvement over last year.
Right.
In this league, he's the Ravens.
He's the Ravens, yeah. So, and I. Yeah, I think he got. Well, I think he just got shut out, right? So, luckily though, he played me.
I think he scored
played
3
me
points
week
in
one.
2 weeks.
Yeah, well, he played me week
Oh,
one,
that's
so he
harsh.
was able to get a win. So. Yeah, he did try to do a little read option with him, and that play doesn't work. So.
Read options broke right now
Yeah.
in this Madden. That's one negative, but
What's
not a
wrong
big
with
deal.
And so is the screen pass too.
Yeah, that is true. No, I mean
No, it is broken.
it takes
it
too
just-
long. Even the receiver screen, like the guy's always catching the ball and running backwards or back towards the quarterback before anything. So it's
Yep.
I don't know. Warren might have a different opinion, but
I didn't.
no.
What's the glitch?
Oh God.
Oh, that explains why I keep getting busted in the safety area.
I'll so, frustrates me. So.
and me.
No, anybody. I mean, Warren knows this. One of the last time I streamed, he was like telling me to do all this, and I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. And I've been playing Madden I've been playing Madden forever. But one thing, if you guys watch my stream, you will see, no matter what, wherever I am on the field on defense, I'm gonna try to hit stick you. I'm gonna miss 9 times out of 10, and I'm just gonna.
Oh, it's so frustrating watching it.
and I know it, and I know it hurts me. And anybody who, after they play me for a series, they're like, "This guy's an idiot. He's literally trying to hit stick me, and he's nowhere near me." That's just me, man. I'm doing it.
Well, that's also because the last few Maddens, when you did go for that hit stick from where you were at that point,
right.
You were knocking the crap out of him.
Yep.
They also take a few steps. They don't just stumble if he's not there.
Yeah.
So you could pre-hit stick. This one you cannot.
Yeah.
Mac, you're not the only one who's running into that. Every time I play Cobb, our games have been like 2 points apart each time, but he kills me every time because I do the exact same thing with the hit stick. So that's why it frustrates me when I see you do it. It's like, oh no, Cobb, please stop. Or Mac, sorry, Mac,
good.
just stop.
Yeah, no, I should, but
when you see the same errors that someone else does, it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, why are we doing this?
I doubt it's gonna happen, but I'll think about it.
I'll think about it.
All right. I guess maybe, for now, that way we don't talk for an hour here. But Brian, you want to talk about maybe some of the big trades, big transactions so far?
We don't have a lot of trades per se in the league, but I mean we could go through each one truthfully.
Sure.
And just give our opinion on it, kind
I'll
of deal.
Pull that up. So I'll start from the bottom.
Yeah, the first one listed is Louis, which is the Saints, and me. I traded a 5th-round pick for Brandon Coleman.
Okay.
My personal thought on it was Louis didn't want him, and I thought, well, I can use him for depth at least. And a 5th-round pick to me, I didn't care.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Anything. I mean, I'm a terrible drafter. I always have been. Even if I do scout and whatnot, but anything past the 3rd
I'm the worst
round,
drafter, thank you.
That is true.
Yes, you are,
That is
Todd.
true.
I still have the picture.
No,
That's right.
I've been good the past week.
Past week, Todd.
Just wait till you play someone else. We're waiting for it. We know it's
Madden's
coming.
been out for like what? Not even 2 full weeks, and you're on your 2nd controller of the season, right?
Yeah, you can say that. But yeah, I think the first one was from last year, so I'm just saying I'm on the 1st controller of the season.
Yeah,
Todd,
see, Todd, the only problem with that is I still have the same 2 controllers from when I got the PS4.
Oh yeah.
That's the only problem.
Let's see, I've been through, in the past 3 years, I've been through probably 9 controllers.
And I got the PS4 day 1 when it released, and I have the same 2, Todd, and you are on 9.
Yeah, I have a thing called rage. I don't when I play picks that I know are my fault. I have to. It's how I decompress myself. To just to rage off a second, then I regroup and I feel better. But
Well,
I've been
Todd,
good the past. I've been
The
good
last
the
2
past,
games, you've been good.
Yes, I've been good.
But I feel like you're storing this rage in, and it's eventually gonna pop. And when it does, I'm gonna make another video. Todd has thrown a controller at a TV in the past, guys.
And I missed. It was the Broncos Panthers game, the first game of the season after the Super Bowl. When they missed a field goal that would have been the winning field goal.
All right, I think we're gonna move on. You know what? I'm not gonna I'm not
So,
gonna...
next trade.
Next trade is the big blockbuster. I mean, this is a huge trade.
Next one was a pretty big one. That is the Jets and the Buccaneers. So, Terrell Pryor and Jamal Adams were sent to the Buccaneers. In return, the Jets got Mike Evans. I'm assuming it's Ali Marpet. If I said it wrong, I'm not sorry. And a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a...
Well, I
is
think
the
they had
trade
to do it
next to it combined or not?
I would assume so.
Holy shit!
Right, yeah. So the Buccaneers also got Teddy Bridgewater, and then the Jets,
and a second-round pick.
Yeah, and the Jets got it looks like they swapped second-round picks, and then the Jets got an extra fourth-round pick. So a lot of movement.
Wow.
I think Roland's probably been one of the more active guys so far, and I don't know if he's traded him yet, but I know he's already shopping Mike Evans. So looks like he
is shopping.
He got him just to try to move him. It's probably looking
he got him to play with him, but Roland gets players and then trades them usually. That's the thing. Like he wanted to use him because Roland actually went and was playing high school basketball with Mike Evans. They went to the same high school and played on the same team.
Oh, nice.
And so that's why he actually traded for him, just because it was one of his teammates. But Roland can't resist trading people, so so now he's back to wanting to trade him. If it wasn't for I think if Roland didn't send off his second-round pick, I think Roland would have won the trade personally, because of all the draft picks he would have, got, and not to mention he got an starting offensive lineman, which he needed. And then he got Mike Evans, who is he is one of the better receivers in the game.
Yep.
But when he added that second-round pick, I feel personally it tilted to the Bucs.
Yeah. I mean, Jamal Adams. Yep. One thing.
Terrell Pryor was just thrown in, I feel like, as like here's a depth chart replacement.
The Buccaneers guy, a little strange. I mean, you do what you want with your team, but he literally asked for low 80s or lower receivers. So I'm not really sure why specifically you're looking for that.
He got a 70-something wide receiver in Terrell Pryor, so.
Yeah, I mean,
what he's thinking is when it comes time to re-signing, since they're ranked the overall so low, it'd be cheaper to sign them.
But with us being on default XP, those players aren't ever gonna get real high up.
Right.
We're not,
True.
That's true.
It looks like we're missing our preseason trades, though.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
Yeah, maybe once
because it doesn't even talk about that I got Le'Veon Bell.
That is true.
Well, go ahead and announce that.
Yeah. Way to go, Kevin.
Fucking Kevin.
just because he didn't want to pay him the big bucks.
Yeah. Well, and
what did I pay for Le'Veon? Honestly, I don't. Oh, I gave up David Bakhtiari and a second-round pick. So I gave up a 97 offensive tackle and a second-round pick for a really good.
I'm sure Big Ben likes it, but I don't like it. Just with how important offensive line has been this Madden so far, that kills me inside.
I've been averaging 80 yards rushing with him so far.
That's good. So no, I personally just wouldn't have done it just because I'm the Cowboys. I'm not shipping off any of my linemen. But
I just moved around my offensive line a little bit. My offensive line.
Oh, you don't want my offensive line? Okay.
C, and B. It's pretty bad. I don't think it's as important as you guys.
Pick up. Where was I?
In reality, yeah. Which, when we get to a later trade, we're going to be scratching our head at that one.
Yeah.
I think this was more of a reaction trade by him after a game of being played. Just so we have an understanding here.
The insider information.
He was not happy at all with Williams after the first week 1 game. So yeah.
All right.
So
I got it.
It was
Yeah, and he got a replacement for Jamal Adams. He got Jabril Peppers.
Yep, and another 2nd-round pick, which I think the Browns user is currently 0-3. I want to say.
Which is normal for the Browns.
So that prediction of the 33rd pick isn't looking bad at all right now for him.
And I think Roland's idea, and it's mine, even though I haven't made a whole lot of trades, is I'm not good, and so I'm not that good even with a good team. I have a shitty team right now, so I'm looking to, get better for year 2, year 3, year 4. So
my only thing is, I personally wouldn't have traded Darren Lee, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well,
that's true.
Is
He's going to be able to
Did I say
finish
you
that
got
O-line.
Ramsey?
We're not there yet, Todd. We're not there yet.
Todd,
I
jeez.
just saw that. I was like, God damn it.
Todd, you're
We're
like
not
at
there
least
yet.
a day late.
Slow your
I
roll,
know.
Todd.
And then
I'm
you're
sorry,
That's
I'll
some
just sit here.
premature ejaculation right there.
That's what I do best.
Todd. All right. All right, moving on. So now we got the Ravens and the Dolphins. Just look like a
This looks like a
receiver
shit
for
trade to me.
a receiver for a lineman. Ravens get Orlando Brown. And Dolphins get Devontae Parker. Or no, other way around. My bad. Ravens get Devontae Parker.
I personally say the Ravens win that trade. But
I agree.
that is a good point.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I would do it personally just for the fact I like Devontae Parker and I know how to use him per se. So, I mean, last year he was my number 1 wide receiver and went from his 80. I think he was 80 overall to start, and I got him up to the 90s by the end of year 2. So, but that's just because I understood like what he did best, kind of deal, and his size and his speed was the nice thing for him. But Orlando Brown, and that's the other thing with Orlando Brown, because he's a rookie, correct? I think he's the player I'm thinking of. When the NFL draft was happening, I was not high on him at all. I thought he was going to be a bust. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, this guy's a bust already. So when I saw the Devontae Parker for Orlando Brown deal, I was like, oh, Ravens win that easily. How did he get 90 for strength? His combine was awful.
And he's got quick development, so we'll see. I do
Well,
think
after hearing all that, I would side with the Dolphins now, truthfully. But that was just me explaining my first thoughts on it.
yeah, I mean
The same shit?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and Sip will say fuck you. Yeah, no. Again,
And Lamar's going to go into the shit like Todd did to Cam those last few years. I agree with it.
Yep. All right, so the next one, I think we just got, what is that?
Malcolm Jenkins to the Niners for a first-round pick, which I think the Eagles made out with a first-round pick on this. Because isn't Malcolm in his late 20s?
No, I think he's like 31.
Damn.
Okay. Because I actually offered a third-round pick to him, and then he was like, no, I already accepted a deal. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right, we got...
Sorry, Niners guy.
We got Roland again, Jets, and Warren, the Packers.
So, Warren, go ahead, and I have some more inside information on this if Warren doesn't say it. I don't know if Roland told him or not.
For Mo Williams?
No,
Muhammad Wilkerson?
Yep.
Yep.
He gave up a third for it. Or he wanted depth at defensive line, and I didn't need him, so I traded him away. That's about it.
Okay. So the inside information is Roland is a diehard Jets fan, and Roland just wanted him back. That's it. He didn't actually care for the... Yes, he wanted some defensive line depth or whatever, but he really just wanted him back because that was one of his favorites.
Interesting.
And I was happy to get a third-round pick.
Warren said pick? Yes.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. Yeah, it's a good.
Oh,
question.
I got that in the preseason.
Yeah.
To explain that trade, I don't like Tyron Crawford at all. And I really wanted Jacoby Brissett to be my backup. And
Just like Terrence Williams.
so I just literally just gave Tyron Crawford for Jacoby Brissett straight up, and that was the deal. So this deal came about because Maurice posted in the league saying he needed a quarterback. And I was like, well, I go for these players, but I don't ever really think I'll get them per se. I just see what maybe can happen. And so I just said, hey, I got Jacoby Brissett. Are you interested? He said, yeah. And so what I offered him originally was, I'll give you Jacoby Brissett, my first round pick, and Byron Jones for Jalen Ramsey. And he said, let me think about it. And I said, well, if you accept it right now, I'll throw in my third round pick as well. and he agreed. So of course he had to throw in his seventh just so we can make the deal work, quote unquote.
Or four picks, or
yeah, because I was giving four things to his one, so we had to get that second in there. So that's how that came about.
Nice. Yeah,
it's a hefty price though too for a player that doesn't have too much of a scale difference besides their overall, in my opinion. Byron Jones, and that being Jalen.
Byron Jones is older. That was part of the reason. And like Mike just said, Jalen's younger and is already elite.
Yeah.
So that's why my thought was, all right. And I threw Byron in just as like a quote unquote replacement, but in reality, he already had was it Bouye? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, AJ Bouye.
Another really good corner.
And what I honestly told him was like, Ramsey's going to be a contract is coming up next season, and you're going to have to pay him. You already have Bouye signed to a pretty honestly team-friendly deal. Here's Byron Jones. He could be your second, and we can get, that's how I went about it.
Nice.
And it worked.
It was, you gave up a lot for players, though.
I gave up my backup quarterback and 1 starter.
Yep.
And then I gave up a first.
A first. And a third. Yeah.
Well, that's
But
if I draft well, which isn't always a guarantee. But yeah,
But
overall, I'm
it's-
happy
it's-
with it because I got a strong
it's a
corner
decent
now.
trade. Yeah.
Warren, please explain.
Yeah, Warren, come on.
I knew somebody was going to get hurt since I haven't had any injuries thus far. And in my last game I played, Randall Cobb got hurt. And I remember Lewis is shopping Teddy Ginn, and I said, hey, I'm interested in Teddy Ginn. And he said, make an offer. I said, a 4th rounder. He said, sold. And
Oh, you started
I have
with
my
a 4th
depth.
rounder.
I thought was interesting in
Yeah.
this because we saw some of the talks actually in the the actual league chat, and it looked like to me that Louis was trying to sell you on not trading for him.
Exactly, and that's why I went so low with a 4th.
I was so
got it.
confused.
I was like, okay, this is good. I don't want to offer a 5th because he might try to negotiate back. And honestly, a 4th is not a big loss for me since I had 2 on my team, my roster. So. And Ted Ginn is actually really good right now. So before he regresses,
Yeah.
I have him.
Well, I'm not going to make any comments. Warren, you're a better player than me. I think we play next week. You'll beat me. I'm sure Ted Ginn will score touchdowns. Oh, it is what it is.
Is he doing return game for you as well, Warren?
No, he is not.
Okay.
I picked up a linebacker or a running back in free agency.
A linebacker, huh?
Yeah.
I corrected myself.
All right.
Man, we're really going deep here.
Yeah. And then I think the last one, I just did it right before we started this. Traded away Kelvin Benjamin for a 3rd-round pick and a D tackle. Unright. I do both. I do whatever. So my thinking is, 1, I hate Kelvin Benjamin. He should be a tight end.
So true.
He's slow. He can catch, though. I mean, I think he's probably been my number 1 receiver through the first 3 weeks, but I think I have like maybe 15 completed passes. So, and I think his contract is up, and I wasn't going to repay him, so I just wanted to get something for him. And then I know Kyle Williams, my starting D tackle, who just got hurt, but his contract is up, and he's like 35 years old. So I replaced him with this guy. Yep.
One thought about your trade there. I think you signed a really good wide receiver to replace him, though.
Out of the free agency?
Yeah, Khalif Raymond.
Is it a fast dude? I literally probably just went and tried to find one of the fastest.
If I remember right, he is a fast player, but I've always liked him through the Maddens since he's been on, which I think his first one was 17.
Gotcha. You said, yeah, Khalif Raymond. Yeah, he is 94 speed, and he's a scheme fit. He's tiny as shit though, 5'9", 160.
5'9".
Especially huge to Parks.
Probably.
It is big. It helps a ton, especially with the sliders being at default.
And now
If you get scheme fit players, you will actually be able to grow your team.
Which, speaking of that, and I mean, I've been paying attention to that and trying to do it, but I've only been able to upgrade 1 person so far, and it was after the last game, and it was like my 4th or 5th cornerback. So happy about that. Yeah. So, no, I do have a whole bunch of people. I'm paying attention to that little bar, which actually I didn't know about until Lewis said something. I think I got about 8 guys that are right there, so I'm hoping after we advance and we can do another training. It would be really nice if you could do quarterback and O-line at the same time, but you can't, so which is dumb.
You can actually in this one. I found it.
You can.
Yep. The quarterback and offensive line is in there.
Oh, I'll have
Oh,
to,
it is.
I'll have to take a deeper
I'm gonna have to go look for that
Or you
next
could
advance then.
Or you could just tell me. We
Yep.
can do a Madden tip segment here. Or you can keep it a suspense. That's all you get, Parks.
Not,
All right. Well, hey, it's important. So, guys, anything else you guys want to talk about? I think we probably went a little longer than we all anticipated, but I think it is, yeah. And that's maybe the last thing we can end on. So, I'm not trying to scare anybody away, but in years past, Gridiron Greats, we didn't have a huge emphasis on keeping the league full. That's completely changed this year. I think we have damn near 8 commissioners now. Some of them I'm not sure who do anything, like Kevin. But they're there. We got Roland, the Jets guy. He helps with our minority quota, being African American. Same with Warren. Warren is Native American, so that helps out. We need a female. Between Todd and
Hi.
Please.
we have a lot of estrogen.
No chat.
So,
Todd, please.
but yeah, I think at one point, and
Good point.
I'm assuming maybe some of you guys got on the YouTube. I think I saw 7 watching the stream at one point, which, if anybody out there besides, what is it, 5 of us talking, that's, and myself doesn't count as one, that's like 3 people that listen to this today, guys, so damn. Oh, shit,
and we're moving
4.
up, and I'm not on it either.
Oh, boy, that's 5. Get out of here. Todd and Warren, you probably were.
I'm not on it, actually.
Yeah.
And I actually put it back in Big Red Max chat too by accident.
Oh, cool.
Oh, great.
Wow. So, but I mean, yeah, I
Just
think
realized that.
we'll get some feedback in the group chat, seeing if anybody actually likes this, and maybe they can give us an idea for a segment. I don't know how often we're gonna do it. May not have everybody on here, but we'll definitely do more. Definitely do a draft, pre-draft, during the draft party or something like that. And if anybody else wants to join, since it's a cheap and easy production right now, all we have to do is invite you to the party. So, but other than that, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for being as big as loser as I am, and on your Sunday afternoon talking about Madden 19.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
All right, see you guys.